Fall has become a celebrated season because it feels like such a short period. It seems that there's always been a division between summer and autumn, but there's much more to watch in the fall. It's a season that brings change and a clean slate to many people. Thematically, there is more of a range of genres that anyone can watch in the fall versus summer. Here in this video, we are talking about the top 10 highest rated Turkish series that you need to binge watch this time. Let's run through the list and tell us your favorite Turkish drama's name in the comments section. Number 10. A Family Story. In the story, a couple who are committed to one another with eternal love tells the emotional and heartwarming story. So the whole story begins with the one unexpected dead birth of the unexpected triplets, babies, during birth. Then they decide to adopt an orphan who was there by coincidence. The baby was left alone by his father in front of a mosque door, which is a very commonly used theme in Turkish cinema, and later on was brought to an hospital. Before moving forward, you keep in mind as a piece of important information that the series is a successful remake of the American version This Is Us. Number 9. Mr. Wrong. The series tells the story of Izzy, a beautiful young lady down on relationship luck as all her previous relationships fall apart because the men take advantage of her simplicity and trust, betray and cheat on her, and then leave. Worlds collide when she meets Özgür, a rich businessman, handsome playboy, owner of a famous restaurant and bar, who also happens to be a chronic womanizer. Through a series of comic coincidences, they find they are neighbors and eventually work in the same place. Izgy's cousin and a friend set her up with Sada, a rich, successful medical doctor. Things get complicated when Izgy asks Özgür to be her relationship coach, and Özgür asks her to accompany him to his sister's wedding as his pretended girlfriend to scuttle his mother's plan to find him a wife. Izgy and Özgür eventually fall for each other, but the lies they have told their families eventually catch up with them. Their relationship is constantly tested by antagonists who use their jealousy, envy, betrayal, deceit, and lies to try and break them up. Number 8. My Home, My Destiny. TV series story is about a beautiful girl who comes from a poor family but has been raised by a wealthy family. Zeynep is born into a poor family and has few opportunities in her life. Her father is an alcoholic, her mother weak, and her brother dies due to lack of medical treatment. Her fortune changes when the family that employs her mother as a cleaning lady offers to adopt the young girl. Her parents agree in the hope of giving their daughter a better life. She will learn, be loved, and be surrounded by beautiful things, but she always carries a feeling of not belonging. As Zeynep grows up, she becomes an intelligent, educated, and beautiful young girl, engaged to be married to someone from the top of society. However, this fairy tale will soon come to a shocking end when her birth mother shows up, seeking to regain control of her daughter's life and bring her back to the home where she was born. Number 7. Flames of Fate. This series tells the story of three women, Cemre, Cicek, and Rüya, whose lives change after a fire breakout during the charity party, but with more focus on the lives of Cemre, who is married to Celebi, the former mayor. She is subjected to violence and injustice, and her husband claims that she is mentally ill and that she has tried to commit suicide. And he uses his clout to prevent the lawyers from taking over the divorce case that she wants to file against him, as well as he threatens her to take her child out of the custody if she is not silent on her rights. Number 6. Fi, a popular series of 3 books by Turkish actor Azra Cohen. Fi in the journey of having to experiment without fear instead of getting lost in experience. The abundance of manipulation, sex, deceit, and deceitful stories may attract everyone's attention, but there is only awareness where the truth is to be reached. The story is about Can Mane, who is a very famous psychologist with a dark background. Can Mane has a special interest in women, and his obsession is to have whoever he wants. And he had them until Can Mane saw Duru. She is a young dancer studying in the academy and has a handsome boyfriend, Denise. Can Mane is not a good character It's a hated figure, frankly he's an asshole. After meeting with Duru, Janmani becomes obsessed with Duru and he tries everything to break her relationship with Denise and have her. Number 5. You Love It. In the series, Tolga is a famous young actor who is having a mid-career crisis and decides to shoot a rom-com to reboost his fame. For the lead actress, a search starts for an unknown name. Asya is an ordinary girl who dreams of studying at university, but she's currently working as a shop assistant in a shopping center. The paths of these two people cross coincidentally when Asya's sister decides to attend the auditions of the rom-com. Asya, who has no intention of being famous, suddenly finds herself as the lead actress in this rom-com, starring alongside Tolga. Will their roles turn into reality, or will the hate at first sight continue forever? Number 4. The Choice. The Choice is by far one of the best series in Turkish televisions. The series has reached a wide range of fans in Turkey. The story of the series turns around Irfan, an idealist professor of economics in a state university, turns upside down when he wrongfully gets fired and his 7-year-old son Denise gets sick. All the doors gets locked in his face one by one as he asks help from Ajman, him and his wife's childhood friend, and he finds himself in a dark adventure he could never have imagined. Encountering Aili, the love of his life who broke up with him when they were about to get married, as Suleiman's mistress, will lead him to numerous challenges. When he meets the idealistic young lady Icy during the adventure, will she become his savior? Number 3. Innocent. Innocent TV series story is about a mysterious murder case where the retired police officer Javdet's ordinary life changes dramatically after a terrible news from his little son. Yusuf is the chief of homicide squad at the police department and assigned to a mysterious murder case. In this mysterious case, Yusuf wants to find what has happened to the family of retired officer Javed. In fact, Yusuf knows the retired police officer Javed and his son. He spends his childhood in his small town where he was the childhood friend of Tanir. Therefore, he easily approaches to the family and starts to investigate the case in a secret way. As time goes on, Yusuf realizes that there are shocking and buried secrets in his peaceful town. Who is innocent and who is guilty are intermingled with each other. This series must take place on your must-watch list. Once you start watching the series, you will easily become addictive of it. Number 2. More Beautiful Than You. In More Beautiful Than You, Ibsen is dragged from her idyllic village home into chaotic city, where her long-lost mother Pervin appears. In this moving story, the kind-hearted Ibsen struggles to adjust to Istanbul's high society until she finds love. She then blossoms, overcoming personal rivalries as she finds her way in life. Pervin abandoned Ibsen when she was 6 to become a top plastic surgeon. 21 years later, she tricks the new successful dermatologist Ibsen into coming to Istanbul to help run her beauty clinic. Pervin will not take no for an answer, even threatening to take away Ibsen's farm unless she agrees. Ibsen struggles to adopt the world of plastic surgery and the surgeon Ken, with whom she runs the clinic, but he evolves from being an arrogant womanizer as he begins to fall for Ibsen. They become drawn into a passionate affair that transforms her attitude to life in the city. Number 1. Lodester. In Lodester TV series story, you will explore the story of Zohre, who is forced to get married to an old man and brought to Cappadocia for her forced wedding. Zohre is a young, attractive girl who has a lifetime ahead of her eyes, but her father forcibly marries her for the rich and influential Fikret, who suits her grandparents. On the first night of wedding, she injures her husband and runs away. The girl is sheltered by a young, brave man, Siyat. A connection is made between the two young people, but the people of Karakaya do not intend to leave them alone. That's it for this video. Hope to see you back soon for more. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe and ring the bell icon.